thermoregulation. Kill me, bro. Sweating allows the body to regulate its temperature. The phenomenon of sweating is controlled by a center in the preoptic and anterior region of the brain's hypothalamus, which is the region here. Now, one of the important things to remember about the hypothalamus is what is it also governing? Sleep. Okay, so when you're working out the hypothalamus, when you're stimulating it, you're also stimulating the sleep center. So people who do sweat therapy on a normal basis, they get a good night's sleep generally. Normal body temperature. There are different areas in which the temperature can be measured. The anus, the mouth, under the arm, they're slightly different. The vagina, the rectal, the ear, usually 99.5. Mouth temperature, 98.2. Arm, 97.7 Fahrenheit. 1 degree centigrade is so important that for every elevation of each elevation of the body temperature by 1 degree centigrade, there's a metabolic increase of O2 consumption by 13%, as well as an increase in caloric and fluid requirements. Now, this means that your body is going to take more fluid, you have to restore it, but you're also burning 400 to 600 calories when you raise the body temperature by a few degrees. That's profound, man. When you look at all these weight loss products on the market, you go to a shelf, man, it's full of them. You go to a doctor, they give you weight loss products. All you need to do is sit in a sauna. You're losing 400 to 600 to 700 calories in one sitting. You're really, I mean, it's a no-brainer. The skin is the organ probably most intimately involved with sweat therapy and hyperthermia, and the skin is also known as the third kidney. Now, what do we mean by that? It's the largest organ in the body, and it's certainly the largest elimination organ. Now, my dear brother in China, Dr. Zhou, talks about the kidney's qi, okay? By the time we hit 40, and the Chinese scientists, the philosophers, the spirituals, they've kind of nailed this, and modern medicine is kind of validating it, that half of the person's qi is lost. Qi is measured by kidney function, kidney adrenal. That means half of the functional nephrons in the kidney are destroyed. There are 1 million nephrons in one and 1 million nephrons in the other. Approximately 2 million nephrons. They don't regenerate. So the antibiotics that we took as children, the toxins, the heavy metals, the garbage, the sludge, the cholesterol, is messing up the nephrons. The beautiful thing about the body is that the body can kind of hold on until things are really at a bad point. That's why people say, oh, my blood tests look good, everything. No, the body hasn't fallen off the cliff yet, okay? So when you overload the kidneys, an overloaded kidney, it's like driving on a spare tire. You've got a spare tire out of the trunk, the tire is blown, and you're wearing the spare tire down. When you work the kidneys to a point that they're already so overworked, you're destroying the remainder of the cells. What happens when you sweat? You're bypassing the kidneys, okay? You're using the skin as a third kidney. So all the urea, all the toxic waste in the body are coming out through the skin. Now, just do something as an experiment. Any of you that use sauna or you go to yoga, drink a lot of water and see how often you have to pee, okay? Now, if you don't sweat, you're going to go every 20 minutes, half an hour, whatever. If you sweat, you're going to bypass the kidneys and the water is going to come out of the skin. So you're really pushing this garbage out and bypassing the kidneys. You're sparing the kidneys, the injured, the damaged kidneys. When they fall to about 15, 20% function, what do you need? Dialysis. Bad place to be. You don't want to be there. Skin consists of the epidermis, the dermis, and subcutaneous tissue. Most of this stuff takes place around this area. But when you heat the body, fat liquefies at 110 degrees. Now, you're not going to heat the core to 110 degrees because you would fry the core. The hypothalamus keeps the temperature within check. Children, their thermoregulatory centers are tough. They can seize. Their temperatures can go up in a nanosecond. Adults, they're kept in check by a degree or two. The core temperature, 101, 102. The outside temperature could be 120, 130. When they're sitting in a Native American sweat lodge, that stuff, when the stones, they call them the grandfathers, hit with the water, 212 degrees, that's steam. And if you're sitting at the edge of the pit, which I used to be pushed up to because new people would come, they say, oh, you're a veteran sitting there, and you got people throwing the water on it, and the splinters of rock are hitting you, burning, and that water is boiling at 212 degrees. That's heavy duty, man, but it's liquefying the fat. The fat is disappearing out of your body. So that layer, you want to get rid of fat, that's the way to do it.